So Nice Kicks, we're here with the ultimate king of kicks on court, Matt Bonner. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I appreciate the ultimate king shout out. That's awesome.
So are you ready for the season to start back?
Yeah, definitely ready. Obviously a shortened off season, haven't gone to game 7 of the finals, but ready to get going again, try to get back there, give ourselves an opportunity to win a championship again.
Right, now are you really ready? Because I'm hearing you only have 2 to 3 more pairs of those left.
Yeah, that's right. Read them and weep. Years ago I had a deal with New Balance for 2 seasons and managed to stockpile 20-something or so pairs of this specific model. For whatever reason, they're incredibly comfortable for my feet. They stopped sponsoring me 4 or 5 years ago, and I've pretty much been unable to get a shoe deal since. I had one opportunity, but you know, I'm not going to wear a shoe unless it's really comfortable. And the shoe I was supposed to wear was hurting my feet, so I ended up not doing it.
So you're open to going to a new brand after these are done?
If a shoe's comfortable, I'm definitely open to wearing any brand out there. I would have loved to stay with New Balance, but they didn't want to sponsor me. It's been 4 or 5 years now. I've been unsponsored and just kind of going through that stockpile. And like you said, I'm down to 2 pairs now. So I might be like Mr. Megorium, and when those shoes are done, just retire. Like, that's the end of my career.
So besides comfort, tell us about these shoes. What's the name of them? And what do you like about them? Is it the color?
I can't even tell you because it's worn off. Yeah, these are the 8026 basketball model. They haven't made these in years. So I guess you could say they're vintage. I kind of was hoping and expecting to get another shoe deal, but it just never happened. So now I'm down to my last 2 pairs.
And how did your New Balance deal come about?
I was actually wearing and one my first 2 years in the league with the Raptors. If you think back to the earlier 2000s, there was a ton of NBA players wearing and one. We had, on the Raptors, I think we had 7 or 8 guys wearing and one, more than any other brand, really. I don't know what happened. They stopped sponsoring basketball. I had a buddy who was a New Balance rep, and he was always trying to get me to wear New Balances, and then eventually I just said, okay, yeah, let's do it. And
I know you're from New Hampshire, and that's what, an hour away from Boston? You never thought to go down there and kind of negotiate and get some New Balances?
I have. I've, short of getting on my knees and begging, just not been able to get anything done with New Balance. And I don't understand why, but that's the breaks. I'm open to, if another company comes in and they have comfortable shoes, I'm all about it.
So I had the opportunity to go back and check out some of your pics at Florida, some of your days at Florida, and I noticed you were wearing Flight Posits and Nike Shox. Were you ever into shoes like that, or was that just what the basketball program provided at the time?
That's what the basketball program provided. You know, my only spec with shoes is if they're comfortable, if they don't hurt my feet. I won't wear a shoe no matter how cool they look if it hurts my feet.
And Kobe called you the Red Mamba, so would you play in some Kobe 8s, the Kobe 9s if Kobe gave them to you?
Kobe could give me Tevas and I'd wear them out there probably. That's Kobe Bryant, you know, one of the greatest players of our generation. But I'm open to anything. You guys got a lot of pull in the shoe industry, right? So we'll see, you know, I'm gonna parlay this into something, hopefully.
Right. So what is your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday? Either Thanksgiving.
You know they're doing a lot of shoes for holidays and stuff like that on the court. If you could make a New Balance shoe centered around Thanksgiving, what would it look like?
I just have a bunch of food and pies and cookies and stuff stitched into the sides.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, we're gonna go over a few shoe moments from you in the past, and I want you to say what comes to your mind. 2010, game against Memphis Grizzlies. You intentionally fouled Daryl Arthur. Why?
Thank you for embarrassing me. I had a sneaker blowout. New Balance had sent me, when I was sponsored by them months earlier, they had sent me a prototype. It was a cool shoe. It had my number on the side. I'm from New Hampshire, so it had the old man of the mountain, our state icon, which collapsed. R.I.P. old man. Might have had live free or die somewhere on the side, our state motto. Unfortunately, I didn't realize it was a prototype and wasn't built with the same normal specs that the shoe I play in is. Because it was just a prototype, it completely fell apart. The whole sole came unstitched from the rest of the shoe. So it was like wearing a flip-flop. I had no choice but to wrap up and tackle Daryl Arthur so I could sub out of the game and switch shoes.
Same year, you're at your locker. You have a Converse in your hand and a New Balance in your hand. and you're thinking about wearing a mismatch. What happened there?
I don't know, I was toying with how can I make my New Balances last. I figured, maybe if I could wear only one and kind of rotate with another shoe, I could make them last twice as long. That was the logic behind that.
And Manu Ginobili kind of talked you into not doing it, right?
Yeah, he did. He talked me out of it. Now in hindsight, I think I probably shouldn't have listened to him. I should have just forged ahead and worn one of each.
It's not too late.
Well, I have no other shoe to wear with them right now. I gotta find someone else who wears my size in the locker room and steal some of their shoes, I guess. I've loved wearing New Balance all these years. It's a shame I can't get some kind of sponsorship deal with them, or more shoes, whatever. I've taken a lot of flack for wearing New Balance. People, fans of other teams heckle me for wearing New Balance. Hey Bonner, nice New Balances. And I'm always like, but they're so comfortable,
What's the worst thing someone has ever said to you?
I've gotten things like, hey Bonner, did you steal those New Balances from my grandfather? And are you running the Boston Marathon after this? Stuff like that. People actually get pretty creative with their New Balance cracks. But to me, that's not an insult. You're wearing a shoe that's comfortable enough to run the marathon in. How is that an insult? So I stick to my guns. They're comfortable.